three things around like a platform, right? There's the model itself, there's the harness, tools, environment that the model operates in, and then there's the product. And Surf has all of them customized for crypto. So within Surf, we have our own model.
This material is for informational purposes only and is not intended to provide accounting, legal, or tax advice, or investment recommendations, or an official statement of Presto or its affiliates.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Presto Research Podcast, episode 41. As always, I'm joined by Peter, our head of research.
Hello.
And today we are excited to have Ryan with us, the founder of Surf. Great to have you here. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me. Good to see you both.
Yep. So as usual, why don't we start with our first question? Can you just start with your story? How did you first get into crypto and what ultimately led you to build Surf?
That's a long story. Yeah, I got into crypto 2017. Was a long time ago. We started very interested by two things. One is definitely trading, finding opportunities to invest, to arbitrage, and then to build something. And that helps more people to explore crypto. I got into crypto 2017, started building my first company, which got acquired in 2020, and then started Cyber Connect first, known as, and then which pivoted to Cyber, which is a consumer infra. And then we started Surf about almost a year ago, about a year ago, when we it's still along the line of how can we help people largely onboard crypto, and also how can we just help everyone's life a little bit easier in crypto, given the market is always not in your favor. And Surf is this AI product that we really wish we had along the way since 2017, hopefully, that can help us navigate crypto a little bit better. It started as a co-pilot, and now it's just an AI platform for anything crypto.
So I guess myself and Peter are both power user of Surf AI. But I guess for someone who's hearing first about Surf, what's like the simplest way to describe what you're building today?
Yeah, so Surf is I think it's a AI platform for crypto market. You can easily think of ChatGPT or Claude Code for crypto. One is it understands crypto a lot better versus the general models. Like, it understands exactly what you mean when you say some terms that might look like just a regular term. When you say cyber, it knows it's you're probably referring to the project or the token rather than cybersecurity. And we do benchmarks on the tasks that people do in crypto. Let's say crypto on-chain analysis, looking over social, like crypto Twitter, and finding information there. We published a list of 200 questions under a benchmark named Saya, so Crypto AI Agent Benchmark. And there we see Surf performs 4 times better than general models. So that's kind of it's a ChatGPT for crypto that does not hallucinate, that makes really good research and gives you really good, accurate answers on basically that.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of your product. I use it like almost every day. But like, I want to ask, what are the limitations that these generalized, AI models like ChatGPT have that does not provide as much of a more relevant and specific output as Surf.ai do? Like, why can't they do the same thing?
Well, hallucination happens, and there are a lot of different ways why hallucination happen. I won't get into all the details, but the two very simple way to think about is one is the token that, like, not the trading token, the AI token, like the words that it puts out does not have anything that guides it to become very specific. That's like catered towards a very high stake industry like crypto. So like, it just generates words, and by generating words, it tries to give you something that looks as good as it can, but it does not guarantee it has all the right information. And two, I think it's very obvious, like general model do not have access to all the crypto information. Like it does not have access to on-chain data. It does not have access to what social media is talking about. It doesn't have a really good database of what are those projects, what are their names, what are they about. So when you ask the questions, it starts by searching on the internet and give you like gathering all the wrong information to begin with. And then when it tries to answer you, or just sometimes it will just hallucinate because it does not find anything relevant, or in the case it already found something that looks relevant but are actually just wrong. They will just give you the wrong information. So data sources and the model itself, in short, give you a lot of limitation on why general model are generally not trusted in areas like crypto or like financial markets or even like other high stake areas.
So I guess it is the architecture issue that prevents it, or like yeah.
Yeah, I think that's so getting more deep into it is basically three things around like a platform, right? There's the model itself, there's the harness, what people say it's like basically the tools, environment that the model operates in, and then there's a lot of other things the product does, and Surf has all of them customized for crypto. So within Surf, we have our own model. We use a mix of different models, and we specifically have our own models to serve you the final results where it's checked against a lot of, the model is really trained to watch over, not give you the wrong answer or hallucination. And two is we have our own harness. It's an entire set of crypto data that we give access to the model. And then finally is the product itself. We make sure there's a lot of details, so we make it that it presents itself that it's verifiable. You can see the results, but also you can see the sources. You can see the thinking process. You can also just do double check if you still don't trust it. So that's like a whole thing, like a whole package. If you try things, obviously you definitely use ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT just give you an answer. It doesn't really give you much above that. If you ask anything crypto and it gives you some, let's say if you want to ask like, what's the revenue of this project because I want to invest in it, it would just find you an article probably on the internet and say, oh, this is a revenue. But in fact, like you only get the true revenue from the trusted sources, and there's only the on-chain part, and which it doesn't have access to. So that all comes back to why I think Surf is being trusted by like top researchers like you guys and a lot of the enterprises that we work with and a lot of the traders, and they all give us this feedback that for crypto specific tasks, they would always go for Surf rather than just general models. But like general models write really good articles or generates really good images. That's what they are really good for.
Can you share some of the use cases, I guess, in enterprises, not retail, but I guess research firms or anything, how they use Surf and what do they use Surf for? Or is that something that's confidential or?
Well, I can generalize a lot. So there's a lot of interesting things we start to see. For example, we work with researchers, and researchers always love to know what projects that they either are investors of or they are like market makers of. There's always this researcher role within these organizations, and what they do is they want to monitor what's going on with the projects. Like, oh, there's a new update that's coming out, which I as an investor or researcher does not know yet. They might have something on Twitter. They might have something going on in their community. They might just have something on chain directly, like that's suspicious or that's like really powerful in either direction, and they want to monitor that. And a lot of them just start to use Surf because previously they might have they buy data from different places. They have human looking at those data and figuring out are they interesting. But now with Surf, you can just basically ask, oh, is there anything significant that happened to the projects that I'm invested in over last day or something? And then there's definitely a lot of the researchers that are super on-chain, big brain. They do all the data and data platforms, and they used to just write a lot of SQLs. They used to look at a lot of different platforms all at once. And now they start to use Surf to like explore first. Like I have this new idea about prediction market or prop MN on Solana. I would probably start with, I throw this general observation to Surf and let Surf explore different areas. Surf will probably go on chain to do a lot of data crunching. Surf will probably go to Twitter and find what people are talking about it. And then it will come back like as a framework for more research or as a really good report already for quick sharing within the team and whatever. So we were starting to see very different use cases of Surf. But yeah, I think just more interesting things are not discovered yet. We just launched Surf 1.5, which I think is a much more powerful model than what Surf 1 was, and literally just launched a couple hours ago. So I think that will also be super interesting.
So I guess last time we met, I guess a couple of months ago when we met in Korea, you mentioned that lots of guys are using it for, I guess, pre-listing token research. Is there any like trend or segment that you see where people are kind of using the most Surf on, or like where you do think like Surf adds the most unique value today? Which segment?
Yeah, I think it's Surf started out more as so more people were using Surf to explore opportunities to invest or like to spend their time to hunt airdrops or to like get some points, to understand what the points might be worth, to figure out like, is this ICO something that I should participate in, because Surf give you like a pretty good prediction on where the token might end up being. However, that market is not where crypto is right now. I guess like people are not so interested in investing anymore for the time being. And then a bigger trend in Surf is starting to becoming more, how can I play the long game, right? Like to understand the market a bit better, to try to look at sectors that I haven't looked at yet, less so on the like pre-token stage, more on like, oh, what are the established or like becoming established the sectors I should spend my time in. Also, like just looking at like high level on what's going on in the market. Like it's the Surf 1.5 launch. A big feature is AI news. We kind of help you understand the market, not just by you asking a question. Now we give you like a curated list of things you might be interested in. And then, yeah, more professional workflows as well. So people are starting to like Surf 1.5 allows people to upload files like your internal research reports or just a screenshot of anything like, oh, you saw this whatever on Twitter, you want to know what's going on. So Surf started to become more of a workflow tool where it's starting to see people replacing like human labor, like either their hours are cutting short, like they don't have to work that long hours anymore because of Surf, or because they can just delegate a lot of the boring stuff to Surf and maybe even like hire one fewer people.
Yeah, but actually, I'll get to that. But the next question I have is actually not from Surf, but just off what you're saying just now. I'm wondering that, you know, crypto industry itself is going through transformation where it's becoming more institutional than retail dominated. So I'm guessing that maybe the subscriber for your service mix is also maybe changing more towards institutional audience. And if that's the case, maybe their core, like search pattern might be a little bit different from your previous subscriber base. And is that something that you need to do you have to tweak your service a lot to cater towards this type of new demand, or can Surf kind of handle it no matter what?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. One is for enterprises. We have we do see more custom demands. I think enterprises use Surf quite differently. Like individuals, they are, especially the ones who are using Surf, they're like the frontier people. They just try things they want to get their hands on with the new things. Institution people, they want stability. They want things that work, you know, like forever. They don't want generative AI. They want things that does not hallucinate at all. They want things like we can't tolerate any hallucination, which is something I think very uniquely about Surf. That's also quite different from other AI companies. Like we can provide zero hallucination guarantees, which I don't think any bigger labs can, because we operate in a much defined and high stake industry. When you ask like what are the usage pattern, I think a big change is how people are relying on Surf as part of their work, right? That's also why we started to allow people to upload more documents. Previously, probably people would try to search something and they search with Surf. That's just easy. Now they have like a workflow that they do every week or every day, and they just need that Surf to be part of it. So we're starting to see like VCs submitting, like doing their internal memo entirely in Surf, like pre-investment memo. They dump their documents. They do a lot more searching with Surf, and they do an immediately IC meeting, which is quite interesting. But we're just seeing more and more use cases. And yeah, a lot of it does come from enterprises and institutions. As you probably can tell from our investors, Surf recently announced our 50 million raise by Pantera, Coinbase Ventures, and DCG. Most of them are, I mean, all of them are really institution heavy, or they are really connected to the institution market and the user base. And that's kind of where we also see Surf becoming more of a bridge to like a lot of the traditional institutions. They have zero knowledge about crypto. Like they try, and we're starting to see more mix of traditional finance and crypto as well. So that kind of also help us serve a new market entirely. But at the end of the day, Surf wants to help everyone in crypto, and especially the new joiners. And I hope, Surf is helping you guys as well as the ones Wall Street are looking at us and trying to get into crypto.
Yeah. So speaking of that recent raise, I mean, like, you launched the service exactly when? About a year ago, year and a half?
Well, we launched publicly in September.
In September, yeah. So, okay. So it's been actually not even a year then. I mean, like,
We started building about a year ago.
yeah, okay. And then service launching was in September. Okay. So what's like the response so far? Was it completely above your expectation? What did you think about the progress so far, like yourself?
I have mixed feeling, you know, like I think we have really good response from places that I've never imagined. Like I was never really in the in the Korean community. It turns out we have a lot of Korean users, and from day one, I think we at least solved a big part of users' problem in Korea. I think being native in Korean, like you can get answers in Korean, you can see the results, you can see the thinking process in Korean, and having that access to things that weren't that readily available makes Surf, I think, a good tool for this community specifically. And there are other areas I think we never thought that would, like, I never thought enterprises would pick up this quickly, because like AI, I think it takes a very long time for enterprises to start learning about AI and even using AI. And we're starting to have like really big customers onboarding Surf, which I think is quite amazing. Overall, I mean, AI, the way AI changes people's work is just dramatic, right? Like I literally do not code myself anymore. Like I'm a technical background. I used to write codes. I love writing code. I think I'm really good coder. But I think any AI writes better code than me now. So it's just fascinating. So I wish Surf can help you do even more, right? Like Surf right now does research for you, but is that enough? I think it's not enough. Like I wish Surf can be that, like the one product you couldn't find a better tool. Like you probably know, oh, you can find prices somewhere, you can find, I don't know, like revenue somewhere. But like if you have just one question, you just don't know where to ask. Or if you imagine there's an expert in the world, I wish that's where Surf can be. Surf can help you with anything crypto. And we're launching Surf. We're planning to launch Surf 2 as well. As we just launched 1.5. I think we're preparing for Surf 2.0, which is also entirely different product. It's not giving you research. It's solving a problem. Like it actually solves a problem.
What are the examples of the problems?
Right. Like imagine, I think, yeah, I don't want to share too early.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Imagine having your personal, like actually having someone do a lot of work for you.
Right. Would that involve like economic activities?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be really interesting. I mean, it's kind of, this one's kind of, something I got from Surf. So the Surf is asking or suggesting that, you're targeting 10 million ARR by the end of 2026, and what specific milestones or product release will help you get there. So yeah, you partly answered that question, I guess.
Surf 1.5 just launched today. You should definitely try it out. You should subscribe if you're listening to this podcast. You should try to subscribe if you find it useful. That will really help us get to the 10 million goal that we want. But also, yeah, we're launching. We launched enterprise end of last year. We started to enterprise demand is just way more than we can imagine. We're very, 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 very lucky to have all the partners, and I think yeah, we're very much on track to where we want to be. And Surf 2.0 will also be something exciting for Q1. We're launching Q1.
What's the timeline for 2.1? 2.0?
Yeah, 2.0. I think we're targeting either late February or early March.
Oh, that's soon. Okay, that's fairly soon.
I think it's something people would be quite excited.
I need to ask. I think it's about time to ask the question that all the retail people are curious about. Does Surf plan to launch its own token? Or how do you think about, like, if you're planning to launch it, like what role or utility it's going to play out?
I think it's a question of like what would a token do to Surf? Like what value does a token bring to Surf, the product, the community, and how can we transform Surf to a platform? I think it's a question that I do not have an answer at this point. Surf's purpose right now is really to serve as many users as possible. And we wish crypto is just a lot easier with Surf. I don't know if or when a token will help in that ultimate goal of really just becoming the AI for crypto markets and even to other financial markets. But if there is a place for token, I think we would not avoid it. But at this point, I don't think there's a token on the roadmap as of right now.
Yeah, I think that's the right approach. I mean, I think issuing token for the sake of issuing, maybe it could do more harm than good for your brand. So when you find the right utility, I think that's when you do it.
Yeah, I think also ultimately is the product making some value that people would recognize and pay for it, and that will just make any model, either equity going public or launching a token, both very feasible or appealing to investors, right? Like investors are now I think people are very smart that they're not just gonna try to jump on the next token launch, right? They want something that creates value. And so that's why we want to make sure we create the value first. There are plans of Surf going public. There are plans of Surf going to launch token. There's all the plans. Only if Surf becomes valuable.
Yeah, I think that's the right approach. Yeah, I have a couple questions from Surf as well. One is because we're in January, which is still early in 2026. Like, do you have any predictions for for that segment of a crypto industry where AI intersects with the crypto? Because a lot of people think that's the kind of big theme for crypto industry, but I think some people struggle to kind of pin it down to exactly what that's going to look like. When crypto and AI intersects with each other. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, there are very different ways to look at it, right? Like there are ways of narrative or storytelling or like remote tech. I think like something that are remotely feasible and crypto can help AI may be on. People have been talking about this for so long, right? Like some kind of training, some kind of inference, some kind of data labeling that are enabled by network that are decentralized. But I don't think that's interesting, or I don't think that's something we're gonna see a lot of a lot of progress this year. I think those are honestly very remote tech. For me, I feel like AI just dramatically changing how people work in general will be something I see happen a lot sooner. I think crypto people are very early on tech. Like crypto users have the highest overlap of just AI tools, which is crazy. And I see so many of my Twitter feed becoming vibe code something for crypto. And I'm always amazed by that. I think that will become a theme. Like people will build more tools. People will leverage AI a lot better for their work in crypto. And I think crypto has a really good foundation. One is on-chain data is public. Two is on-chain stuff are verifiable. Like if you do it, you will know if it works or if it doesn't. Like it's a really good coding environment. So I think people will figure out some really innovative products along the way. And Surf wants to be there too. Like we want to build the next user experience that you haven't seen before. That's really AI native. But other than that, I think definitely probably some token launches. I guess there's never too many tokens. AI tokens.
I guess with that, we talked about, I guess, 1 year roadmap, but what's like the long-term vision of Surf? Like, are you ultimately, are you guys looking to build a research tool or like trading copilot, or like as crypto markets goes bigger and bigger, what's like the ultimate goal of Surf?
Yeah, great question. I think the key for us is still to figure out how can we bring users closer to their goal. I think their goal is never to research. I think people's goal is to research less, right? For you guys too, right? Like you guys help people research less by doing a lot of work. You probably want to research less to get the work done as well. And people don't work. Like people don't love working. That's what I feel like. So the goal is just to get people where they want to be. Most likely it's making some investment decision or trade. And Surf is taking a long approach to, like, we start from the very beginning of like where a trade idea starts. Maybe it's data, maybe insights, maybe things you hear on the internet. We help you start having a researcher by your side, as what Surf looks like right now. We start to build more agentic stuff that does more stuff for you rather than just giving you a research report. And eventually, I think that will help Surf becoming something that you use just for the goal. Like maybe it's an advisor, it's a financial advisor. Maybe it's automated trading. That product will look a lot more clear by the end of the year, I think, as we're getting closer to a lot of front. Like Surf now has the best data in crypto. Like we literally have the best data sources. We have the best data for all the projects, everything about the projects. We have the most accurate model. We train our own model. We make sure that they don't hallucinate on crypto stuff. And eventually those will converge into something we imagine that does transaction for you. And then that will converge into something that's more concrete. Like if you want to trade, it'll help you trade better, or it just help you trade automatically. Or if you just want to do something, it will just help you do that. So yeah, I see a couple of different approaches, but it's gonna take us quite a while to get there. But ultimately, Surf is something you can trust. You can trust your money with, and you can trust your time with, and it just helps you crypto better.
Which I think is actually quite good and would be very relevant for our audience. Is that you've been building in the space since for some time now, and like the Surf is your latest venture, but you were building something else before that. So if you have like a number one like a piece of advice for other builders or developers out there building in the intersection of AI and crypto, what would that be?
I would probably just give two advice, very simple ones. One, I think, is just try to build something for yourself. I think in crypto, it turns out like over this long 8 years of me working here, actually the only product that become successful are the ones probably founders built for themselves. Like they actually use it. I've seen so many protocols, so many infra, so many chains. But like are they really solving something that the founder really, really wants to solve? Probably no. Probably they want to launch a token first. That just becomes a kind of yeah, things are a lot harder to be successful. And if you look at what like maybe Aave or Uniswap, those probably are really, really just what the founders really want to do a little bit better for their own personal value or whatever. And two, I think it's just thinking more like first principle, I guess. In crypto, it's like people don't really, there isn't really much first principle to begin with, because I think launching token was just very easy, or was this non first principle way of building a company. But yeah, I think it's
I
just
think you're being very very polite. I think there with the use of. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah.
no. I'm just saying like yeah, I think you just have to really believe in something that works by physics to really try that hard to build a company around. If you try to build something that that does not really work in the physical sense, we're probably just gonna build something that collapse pretty quickly. Yeah, I hope that's kind of helpful. I think the entire crypto industry is going towards that, right? Like going towards more professional, more like how traditional startups work, or like the equity market works now.
Yeah, I think we're definitely maturing. I think we're going through that stage, what I call adolescence stage, right now.
Adolescent, yeah, that's a great
yeah,
term.
yeah.
That's a great term.
There's a title of our 2026 pretty market outlook report.
I
But
should read that. I should let Surf
yeah,
I'll get a Surf summary on that.
yeah.
Okay, so I guess before we wrap up, for listeners who want to learn more about Surf, of course, the best thing is experience using Surf. But where can they find like more information or updates regarding Surf?
Yeah, the easiest, I will highly recommend going to asksurf.ai, where you can learn not just Surf, but everything crypto. But if you want to follow us on Twitter, Twitter is Surf AI, so that's also a good venue. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything you hate Surf for, you can always reach out to me on Twitter. You can pretty much find me, Ryan Lee, somewhere. And I will always respond to any customer feedback. And yeah, we try to make the product better. So
Yep. With that, I think this is for today's podcast. Thanks, Ryan, for sharing your insights, and see you everyone next week.
thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Brian.